High-end versus budget tires, same size, same car. Is premium worth it? Hey everyone, welcome back to Nutz About Cars. Today we're doing something a little different. We're not comparing a Corvette tire to a Walmart special. We're not mixing categories. We're going apples to apples. Same car, same tire size, different price points. We're using my 2024 Ford Escape plug-in hybrid as the control vehicle. Factory tire size, 225 60R18. And we're answering the question, is a high-end tire really worth the extra money, or can you run a budget tire and be just fine? Let's get into it. Before we talk brands, I want you to picture something. At highway speed, 70 to 80 miles an hour, the only thing holding this Escape to the road is 4 contact patches about the size of your phone. That's it. 4 small patches of rubber. So when we talk about tire pricing, we cannot ignore safety, that small area that is actually all that is holding you to the pavement, all your acceleration, braking, cornering. All takes place on that area that is no bigger than your cell phone. The job that we are asking these tires to do is extraordinary, and the care and safety of the people we love comes down to that small contact patch. So please consider safety when deciding which tire to buy, and we're not just talking about tread patterns, we're talking about braking distance, wet traction, stability, noise, longevity, confidence. Now let's compare real options. Let's start with a premium all-weather tire. Something like the Michelin CrossClimate 2. In the 225 60R18 size, you're looking at roughly $220 to $240 per tire. So for a full set mounted and balanced, you're probably close to $900 to $1,000 out the door. What does that extra money get you? First, shorter wet braking distances. Premium tires use more advanced rubber compounds. They stay flexible in cold weather and maintain grip in heavy rain. Second, better hydroplane resistance. The tread design is engineered to move water efficiently at highway speeds. Third, quieter ride. Premium tires invest in tread pattern tuning and sometimes even internal noise-reducing layers. Fourth, longer tread life. Most premium all-season tires are built to go 60,000 miles or more if maintained properly. And fifth, stability. When you're doing 75 miles an hour on the highway, that premium sidewall construction keeps the vehicle feeling planted. You're not just paying for rubber, you're paying for engineering margin. Now let's look at a budget alternative in the exact same size. Something like a General Altimax RT45, around $130 to $150 per tire. Or even an entry-level option like a Douglas Touring AS, around $75 to $95 per tire. Now your full set cost might be anywhere from $350 to $600. That's a big difference. So what do you get? You get a tire that meets all federal safety standards. You get something perfectly capable of everyday city driving. You get something that will get you from point A to point B reliably. But here's what you may give up: slightly longer wet stopping distances, more road noise on the highway, less refined steering feel, possibly shorter tread life, and less performance margin in heavy rain or emergency braking situations. Budget tires aren't unsafe. They just give you less cushion when conditions get ugly. That's the difference. Now let's talk numbers. A premium set in this size, you're looking at roughly $1,000 to $1,500 installed, depending on brand and retailer. A solid mid-tier set, you're probably in the $700 to $900 installed range. And a budget set, let's say around $450. So now you're looking at 3 lanes: premium, mid-tier, budget. That's a real spread. So ask yourself, how many miles do you drive per year? Is this Escape your highway commuter? Do you carry your family in this vehicle? Do you drive in heavy rain or snow? Do you plan to keep this vehicle for 5 years or more? If you're driving 20,000 to 30,000 miles a year, running highway speeds, dealing with Midwest weather, carrying the people you care about most, I personally lean premium. If you're somewhere in the middle, moderate miles, mixed driving, some highway but not constant, that mid-tier option is often the smartest balance of cost and performance. And if you drive mostly local, lower mileage, tighter budget, and you're not pushing the vehicle hard, a budget tire can absolutely make sense. Match the tire to the job, not the badge, not the ego, the job. What I would do if this Escape were my daily highway commuter, which it is, if I'm driving in Chicago traffic, if I'm running 70 to 80 miles an hour in rain, if my family is in the vehicle, I personally would spend the extra money on a premium all-season or all-weather tire, because this vehicle sees everything: highway speeds, heavy rain, sudden braking, sudden construction zones, real-world chaos. That's not where I experiment. Now let's flip it. Look at my older cars, my Corvette, my Fiero, my Volvo, even my Fiat. Those cars do not see daily commuting. They don't see heavy rain unless I get caught unexpectedly. They don't see snow. They don't see 20,000 miles a year. They see dry pavement, weekend cruising, careful driving, local roads. So on those cars, I often run a budget-friendly, reliable tire that meets all federal safety standards. Why? Because I'm selecting the tire based on the application. I'm not road racing the Corvette. I'm not commuting in a thunderstorm in the Fiero. I'm cruising. Now here's something important. On something like the Corvette, the size itself usually dictates a high speed rating automatically. Those wider rear tires are already built to handle speed. So the conversation shifts from is it safe to how's the traction, how's the tread design, how well does it move water. But on more common sizes, like what you'd find on a Fiero, Volvo or Fiat, those sizes come in everything. Ultra budget, mid-tier, premium, same size, completely different construction levels. So that's where you really have to think. Am I pushing this car? Am I driving aggressively in wet weather? Or am I cruising on sunny Sundays? That's how I decide. If this were a second vehicle that barely saw highway time and budget was tight, I'd look at a strong mid-tier option. If it's a dry weather cruiser that sees limited miles, a reputable budget tire that meets safety standards can absolutely make sense. There's nothing wrong with being smart about money. Just understand what you're buying and what you're not. Match the tire to the job, not the badge, not the ego, the job. Now let's talk specifically about hybrid EVs. These type of vehicles are heavier than a standard gas model. Batteries add weight, electric motors deliver instant torque. That means more stress on the tire sidewalls. So pay attention to load rating. Look for proper load specifications, and in some cases an XL or extra load version may be appropriate depending on configuration. The heavier the vehicle, the more stress on the sidewall. That's physics, not marketing. Before we wrap up today, remember this. At highway speed, 4 small contact patches are all that connect you to the road. That's not the place to guess. It's not the place to gamble. Spend wisely. Match the tire to the job. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Tell me what tire you're running on your daily driver. Premium, mid-tier, or budget? Let's talk about it. Take care of each other, and I'll see you next time.